Hi everybody, so it is day 8. We are kind of at our halfway point here, so between yesterday and today we're kind of coming to the middle of our 15-day yoga journey, this pause, and I just wanted to say I'm really enjoying all that this is teaching me about my personal practice, so much that I'm learning as a teacher and as a person, as a friend. I really love connecting with you guys and learning a little bit more about you. And if I've introduced you to yoga, you know that that's a really special thing for me. And if I've helped you in any way deepening your practice, just namaste, that means so much to me. So today's practice is built around the word or the theme, self-respect. And this practice is an opportunity for us to kind of turn inwards, to dial inwards and connect and do something nice for our whole self. And if any of you guys are like me, I'm a people pleaser. I love making sure that everyone else is okay, that they're good, that they're, you're affirmed, that I'm doing acts of service. I just love making sure that you feel okay, but it's so important to kind of take that time for ourselves and pour into ourselves the way that we so willingly pour out to other people. And I truly believe that we are our best at serving other people when we are in alignment with our true selves. And if we're not taking the time to make sure that we're in alignment with our true selves, then we're not really serving others the way that we can be, the best way how, if that makes sense. I think I'm just rambling at this point, but hopefully this practice will allow you to just kind of melt the stress away and focus on what is important. And so we're just going to begin in our nice comfortable seat. We can move the fleshy bits of our bum away. Get really nice and comfortable. And we're going to bring our left hand to our heart space and our right hand to our belly. We're just going to breathe into our hands here. So inhale, nice big breath in through the nose, filling up the chest, feeling the left hand rise. We expand the rib cage and sending the breath down to the belly, feeling the right hand rise. And exhaling it all out through the nose. And we'll just take the next couple breaths with the eyes closed. You don't need to see me for this part. We're just breathing and chatting. So really feel the connection of your hands on your heart and on your belly. And as you breathe, begin to deepen the breath here. Maybe you repeat to yourself, I am worthy, I am capable, I am deserving of the love that I give to others. And we just remember who the hell we are. We are queens. Of course we are worthy. Of course we are enough. Don't let anyone ever tell you any other way. Otherwise, that's what I was going for. So after we've given ourselves this nice pep talk, I want you to just consciously use this breathing, this time that we're sitting here with our breath, as a chance to look inside and maybe notice the areas that we're not nourishing, that we're not giving enough attention or time or love, and use this as an opportunity to practice that divine love instead of looking for it for validation from outward sources. We can cultivate this practice through our yoga that kind of shows us the respect and the love and the validation that we want. It can come from us, it can come from the inside. We don't need it from anyone else. So I invite you to set an intention now, something positive that you can create or that will serve you in this present moment, in this flow of self-respect and self-love, whether it be compassion or love, presence, gratitude. And just sit with your intention for a few more breaths. And now when we're done hyping ourselves up, remembering who the hell we are and what we deserve, you can release your hands down to the tops of your thighs and just gently bat the eyelashes open, keeping a nice soft gaze here, not staring at anything too hard. You don't even have to watch the video at this point. You can listen to my voice. We'll bring both hands to either side of our hips, palms facing up. On an inhale, we'll lift the hands all the way up, moving nice and slow, bringing them all the way overhead. Fingertips come to lightly kiss. Rotate the palms so they're backing each other. And on our exhale, we'll wiggle our fingers as we rain it all the way down, nice and slow. And we'll do a couple more. Inhale, send the fingertips all the way up. Hands overhead, fingertips come to kiss. Rotate the palms and we'll rain it down. Connect with your own breath here. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, rain it down. Beautiful. From here, we'll interlace the fingertips behind the back. Roll the shoulder blades down the back and really open up the chest. Gazing forward, opening up our heart. And maybe you repeat your intention to yourself here. I am worthy. I am capable. I am open to receiving all of the love, all of the self-love and self-care, and compassion. I am deserving of it all. And then nice, slowly, with control, we'll release the hands and we'll just bring them to wrap all the way around, wrapping ourselves in a hug. And you may think that I look like an idiot here giving myself a hug, but believe me, it works. So our subconscious can't actually tell the difference between when we're talking about someone else versus when we're talking to ourselves. So even if we're complaining about someone else and we're saying, oh, she's so annoying, our subconscious thinks that we're talking about ourselves. So our mind is listening. So let's just give ourselves a little physical love here with a hug. And maybe I like to rock, I don't know why. Maybe you just kind of get into the groove of this hug and show yourself a physical act of love here. And just repeat, just say something nice to yourself, whether it's I love your strength, I love your courage, you're having a really good hair day today, I am not, but whatever it is, just kind of love on yourself for a minute. Let that love that you seek come from within. And when you're ready, we can release our hug and just kind of shake. Oh, my nose is itching. Sorry. We can shake our hands out. And we'll just plant the palms on either side of our hips. And we're going to move with our left hand first. So we'll bend into our right elbow, flip the left palm over, and we'll inhale, bringing the left fingertips up and over, side body stretch here, really reach it out, flip the left palm over, exhale, bring it back down. Plant the left palm, flip the right hand over. We'll bend into the left as we inhale the right fingertips up and over, reach it all the way over, side body stretch here, bending into the left hand, flip the right palm over, and we'll bring it back down to earth. Beautiful. From here, I'll just turn on my side, you guys stay where you are. We'll plant our feet into the mat. So we're now in a nice sitting position, and we'll just bring our hands to the backs of our thighs here. We'll rock back until we feel that point where our core connects and our abs just kind of fire up. So once we've gotten it, we'll just roll the shoulder blades down the spine, open up the heart, and we can leave our feet here, or we can lift up and just keep the toes on the ground. Or we can inhale and lift both feet up parallel to the ground. So wherever you feel your boat, you're comfortable with this pose, we'll release the hands, palms facing up, heart open. And we're not looking elsewhere, we're not looking at the video to see how I'm looking. We're focused on ourselves, on the sensation that we feel in our body, and we're giving ourselves that respect and that love and that validation that we don't need from anyone else. Just holding it steady here for 5, 4, my voice is shaking, 3, 2, 1. Release the toes back down to the earth. And just wrap your hands around your legs, bring your head to your knees. Another little hug. And maybe you just give yourself a little pat on the back for a little bit of ab work. Feeling that fire so early in practice. And when you're ready, we'll just swing our feet all the way around, and we'll meet in our downward facing dog. So just bend the knees if you need to, walk the dog. Maybe we settle in here for a couple breaths in our down dog. So just check in with the foundations. Our feet, heels are a little lifted. Feel that energetical lift, and the energy is just pulling you to the back of the room. Hips are hinging up towards the sky. Melt the heart all the way back to meet the thighs. Head is in line with the tops of the arms. Rotate the shoulder blades out. Try and expand the shoulder blades out either side, making space by the armpit chest, pressing into the hands. And just coming back to the breath here. And maybe you repeat your little intention, your little mantra. I am loved. I am worthy. And whenever you are ready, we can slowly start to make our way up to the top of the mat and move really slowly here. Really enjoy the ride. Just kind of move with whatever freedom and compassion that we all need and love. So keep a nice bend in the knees here in our forward fold Uttanasana. We'll inhale, lift halfway, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold forward. Keep a nice bend in the knees if you need to. Listen to your own body. So we're not forcing ourselves to make perfect shapes, but instead just listening to what our bodies need. And if we need that extra bend, girl, give it to yourself. Give it that bend. And then we'll plant the palms. We'll step it back to our plank. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, we'll hinge the hips back up to our downward facing dog. On our next inhale, we'll step the right toes up and place them in between our hands at the top of the mat. Lower the left knee and untuck the left toes. From here, we'll walk the right hand to the inside of the right foot And we'll heel toe our right foot all the way out to the edge of our mat. From here, we can either stay here in our lizard, opening up our right hip. Hands are planted in the ground. Or we can tuck the left toes under and lift up the left knee, lowering down. Ooh, I can't do it because I have a hip injury. So props to me for noticing that. And then I can't do it. But if you can lower down onto your forearms and keep the back leg lifted. If not, listen to your body. So if it's telling you to drop that right knee, drop it. If it's telling you to come up onto your hands, come up onto your hands. There's no shame. We're not judging. We're not comparing ourselves to how other people's yoga looks. We're not comparing ourselves to what our yoga looked like yesterday. Just where we are right now. We're just opening up our right hip. Especially as women, we carry a lot of our emotion, a lot of our tension in our hips. So we do all of these hip openings in yoga, and you may feel a little emotional release in the next hour or throughout the day or throughout the next couple of days. If you do, it is completely normal. And you may be thinking that I'm talking a whole load of crap, because believe me, I thought my teachers were on some kind of drugs when they were telling me that this pose was going to make me cry, until it happened. So if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, there's nothing wrong with you. It's all good. From here, on our next inhale, if we're on our forearms, we'll inhale and lift up to planting the palms. If our left knee is lifted, let's go ahead and lower it down, and we'll heel toe the right foot back into the center. Come up onto the fingertips, and we'll peel the hips all the way back, lifting the right toes up towards the sky for a little runner stretch. This is a nice deep stretch in the hamstrings. So if you are working towards splits, this is a great combination of poses. Our lizard followed by the runner stretch. Anything to kind of open up the hips and stretch out the hamstrings. And we'll inhale, roll forward on the right foot, plant the palms, and we'll pick up the left toes. Send the right toes back, and we'll just hold steady here in our plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, and exhale to our downward facing dog. I'm sure by now that you guys realize I crack so often. My heels and my ankles are always cracking. Oh, my hands just cracked. On our next inhale, we'll step the left toes up to the top, in between our hands. Lower the right knee down. From here, we'll swing this left hand to the inside of the left foot and heel toe our left foot all the way out. So we can keep it parallel to the edge of our mat, or we can walk it out on a side, completely your choice. So we can walk this right knee back and really open up the left hip crease. Or we can keep the palms planted here. If we're keeping the right knee lowered, let's go ahead and untuck the toes and really press into the top of that right foot. And you should feel a more intense sensation in the left hip when we're pressing into the right foot. A deeper opening of the right hip. Or, your choice, we can lower down onto the forearms, tuck the right toes under, and lift the right leg. If our leg is lowered and we feel like our knees is not super comfortable being lowered, we can always roll our mat over. Mine is very dirty. Or we can get a cushion, a towel, a blanket, anything to just kind of extra padding there for our knee. So just listen to your body and find whatever feels good here. And we'll just take a couple more stretches, a couple more breaths in our lizard pose, opening up the left hip, releasing any stagnant energy, any negative energy. Maybe if we store any limiting beliefs about ourselves, I am not worthy, I am not good enough. Release it all, let it go. And repeat your intention to yourself. On your next inhale, come back up onto the hands if you were on your forearms. Lower the right knee if your leg was lifted. And we'll heel toe the left foot back into the center. Make sure the right toes are tucked under, and we'll peel both hips all the way back and send the left toes up towards the sky for our runner stretch here. And be mindful of if your hips are kind of tracking more over to the right side, and see if you can keep them nice and square. And that may mean that we keep a bigger bend in our knee. So if I straighten my leg all the way, my hips are going straight over to the right. So I'll come back to the center and just keep a nice, deeper bend in my knee here. Inhale, roll forward and plant the foot, plant the palms, and pick up the right foot. We'll send the left toes back, and we'll inhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Exhale, release. From here, fingertips are in line with the tops of the shoulders. Squeeze the elbows together. Inhale to our cobra. And exhale, we'll push it up and back, downward facing dog. From here, we'll just step it up, kind of to the middle of our mat. So we're not coming all the way to the top, but we're coming to the middle. And we're walking it nice and wide. So our feet are on a little angle here. And we'll inhale to lengthen the spine. On our exhale, we'll draw the tailbone, bend the knees, bring it all the way down, coming in to our yogi squat. So from here, we're in our yogi squat. Let's do some variations, because this is not really an easy pose and it's not a comfortable pose. So if you're new to the practice, there are some variations, some modifications that you can do while you work to get your foot flat on the ground without popping your ass. So we can walk our feet closer together and lift the heels up. We can keep our hands in front of us on the ground, planted, or we can rise up onto the fingertips. Or if we want to just have a little bit more balance, we can walk the fingertips closer to the feet. As we work, cracking again, as we work to grounding all four corners of the feet on the ground, tilting the tailbone under. So we're also keeping a nice straight spine. We're not hunching over here. We're keeping a nice straight spine. Tailbone is tucked under, and we use the backs of our, I want to say these are like our triceps maybe, yeah? So we press our triceps into our thighs, opening it up, so opening the hips up a little bit more, and bringing the palms together. Yogi squat here. You can just, maybe rock a little side to side. This is again very intense in the hips, so listen to your body. And another variation, or another way we can kind of practice this, is if we bring a cushion or a blanket or a block if we have, and we place it underneath our feet and just kind of hold it there to help with the balance. And slowly we'll be able to remove one and lower down a little bit more, just having that extra support if you're afraid of falling, until you slowly make your way all the way down to flat-footed. So from here, As gracefully as you can, we'll just lower the sit bones down to the earth, and we'll extend our feet out in front of us. And just how we started our practice, we're going to head back into our boat and fire up our abs one more time. So we're planting our feet into the ground, grounding down, nice strong feet here, and we'll bring our hands to rest at the backs of the thighs. We'll rock back until that part where our abs just go whoosh and they turn on. And again, we can come up onto the tippy toes, or we can inhale and bring the legs up here. Of course, if you want a little additional pep in your step tonight or today, you can extend your legs all the way up. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but I'm shaking like a madman, so I'm going to bring mine back down here. And whenever you found your expression of this boat pose, whatever feels good for you, we can just release the hands, palms facing up, roll the shoulder blades down the spine, open up the heart, smile as you look forward. We're not seeking anything. We're not seeking respect or love, validation or care from anyone, because we're giving it to ourselves. We're using our practice as a tool to cultivate this self-love and to remember that we are more than enough. So we're holding steady here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. So you can bring your feet back down to the earth and just bring your head into your knees and wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself a little love, a little hug, a pat on the back. Ooh, my neck just got. And when you're ready, we'll just come to our comfortable cross-legged position. We'll bring our left hand back to our heart space, right hand to our diaphragm, just above the belly button. And we'll take a few breaths here, breathing into the hands. Cultivating a little love, a little self-respect. And if you can stay here with your hands on your chest, on your front body, breathing into your hands, please feel free to do so. If you want to take your Shavasana for 5 minutes, you can set your timer and just breathe, relax, release for 5 minutes. But if you've got to get up and get back to work, that's cool too. Just be really proud of yourself for, taking the time out of your day to dedicate to yourself. I know it's not easy. I mean, I'm a yoga teacher and I do not do yoga every single day, but this journey has been a really